Photograph, welcome back to my channel. Kingston Seawall again. We're in Georgetown, Guyana at Kingston Seawall. That's the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center behind those trees. And way in the distance, that's the Marriott Hotel. So this morning I just want to show you some changes that are happening downtown Georgetown. The problem that I have with some of the debates I'm getting in the comments is that it is inconsistent, the logic is inconsistent and contradictory. So I have one guy arguing that Guyana does not need to develop its waterfronts, riverfront. In other words, I've been arguing in previous videos that the riverfront should be converted from an industrial zone into a residential zone and entertainment zone and so on, as was proposed in previous administrations. So what this guy is saying is that that is not necessary, or that is not useful, and I'm saying that is exactly what Dubai has done. That is what Singapore has done. The waterfront is not supposed to be a contaminated, polluted industrial zone. It should be, at the sun rising, it's about 6:30 in the morning, almost 7. Yeah, the riverfront is not supposed to be a polluted industrial zone. It should be like Dubai Marina and Singapore Marina, a place where people can go and hang out. So if you live close to the riverfront, you should be able to take advantage of living, experiencing, enjoying the river. And so that's what I want to show you this morning. The fact that the riverfront here in Georgetown, Guyana is controlled, occupied by all of these businesses, the oil industry, the sawmill, wood and forestry industry, and so on. And I showed you in the previous video how the Ministry of Forestry is located at the riverfront. There's no reason for it to be there. This is the Kingston Esplanade. We can now see over the fence into the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. It seems as if they've done some landscaping. They've actually now added rose bushes along the edge of the compound on the inside. I think it would be a good idea to add those roses on the outside around the fence of the building, so that people can enjoy it, not just people who are inside the compound. This is the Esplanade. So yeah, my argument is that the reason why Dubai Marina was developed is so that citizens, the people who live in Dubai, can enjoy the waterfront. And the reason why it's illogical is because if I explain this or point this out to people, executive washroom, somebody's put a portable washroom here. This is a new installation, a new addition. It's actually quite welcome, because if you're out here at the seawall, it's usually very difficult for you to get access to washroom facilities. You just can't go over to the hotels in the area and use the washroom facilities. And they had built one at the end of this block, but I don't think it survived. It was just vandalized. I'm going to show it to you in a sec. Yeah, but the point is that, the point I'm making, right, is that the reason why you develop the waterfront in Dubai or in Singapore, and you create the Singapore Marina and the Dubai Marina, is so that the citizens can enjoy the waterfront. It's not occupied by oil companies. And so this is the reason why I'm explaining, logically, if you now have the money and the capacity to do so, you should actually turn Georgetown into a livable city. Now what I'm going to show you in this video is that you can walk along Main Street or Water Street which is closest to the river, and not even know that you are walking beside the river. And that shouldn't be. So they should in fact tear down all of the industries along the riverfront. This is my suggestion, and open that riverfront to high-rise condominiums, hotels, shopping centers, and malls, shopping malls, and so on. So take all those people off the street who are selling on Water Street and put them in a high-rise multifunctional shopping mall. All right, this is where we are now at Kingston. We're approaching the mouth of the Demerara River, actually walking towards the Demerara River in this location. And straight ahead, that's the old Benab that has been refurbished and rehabilitated. They've turned this area into a parking lot. Vehicles come out here and park. That's looking back along the Esplanade. Also, what I want to show you in this video is the changes on Main Street, High Street, which is I think it's now, there are a couple of things that have happened since the last time we visited, so we're going to take a look at that. PF Chang's, I think, has now opened a outlet. PF Chang's, the same company that owns or runs Amici. Remember, I showed you Amici on Church and New Garden Street. So this is in fact where they built these washrooms, and they're now closed. Let me see, I think they're closed. Yeah, they're now locked with a key. So yeah, the thing is that, what I was saying, that that thought is that somebody moved a portable washroom onto the Esplanade, and they had built this washroom, but it started being destroyed by vandals. And this is what the current iteration of this Kingston Esplanade looks like. That's the artificial beach. They've actually put a retaining wall of rocks to prevent soil erosion. That is beach erosion. And ahead of us is the Marriott, which is supposed to be for sale, but I don't think that sale has been closed. They haven't closed the deal yet. It's been raining recently. It's rained this morning overnight, so there's still pools of water on the ground. And these are some picnic tables, concrete picnic tables that they've built now out here on the Esplanade. So this Kingston Seawall is evolving, and the reason why I come back here often and regularly is to show you how things are evolving. Last time I was here, I discussed this ramp, this what should have been a wheelchair ramp, but because these things don't get planned. Oh, by the way, that's the Marriott. You can walk all the way out to the river at the end of this seawall. Okay, so this is the ramp, the wheelchair ramp, but it doesn't go all the way to the ground, which just tells you, there's not a whole lot of attention to detail and planning. People just make stuff up as they go along. So if you're on a wheelchair, you get to this point, and now there are steps. All right, so this is not how. Does not reflect careful planning. That's the loading dock entrance to the Marriott, and we are now heading out to Battery Road. Right ahead of us is the Benab Umanayana. So guys, that's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that Georgetown could become a residential city, a residence-friendly city with a few minor changes, with rezoning along the river. If you live in Georgetown, it should be clear that you have a river next door. You should be able to go enjoy recreation on the river. The only way for you to access the river right now is if you got onto a speedboat to cross the river to the other side to Vredenhoek. You can't just walk along a boardwalk and just enjoy the river breeze on a hot day. And that is what I think needs to be changed. And so I'm saying I'm getting contradictory arguments in the comments from people who are just...
Distance 3 miles. Duration 53 minutes 24
Battery
seconds.
Road.
Pace 23 minutes 9 seconds per mile.
Right, I'm getting contradictory arguments from people in the comments who are just interested in defending their political party. And like I said, this is really not a political argument. I'm saying that this is what logic should tell you, right? If you take a logical approach to development, this is the Pegasus Suites, the old Pegasus, and behind this fence is the Pegasus poolside. They have live bands on certain days of the week. People from the old days in Georgetown would come out here and hang out at the Pegasus poolside on the weekend, Saturday night, Sunday night, enjoy Dave Martin's and the Trade Winds and some of the local bands. Right, this is the I Love Guyana sign. It's across the street. And we're shooting straight into the sun, but that's the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. Right, so what I'm saying is that, look, we can turn the city into a much more